I've got hundreds of smart home devices around my house, and I'm often thinking about what I wish some of them could do. Basically, a tech wish list. Since a smart home is experienced by everyone in the home, this got me wondering, what would be on Ashley's smart home wish list? Well, in this video,
you're gonna find out. I'll share what I wish our smart home could do.
And I'll see which of those ideas, if any, I could implement. If nothing else, we'll chat about ideas for smart home tech. On this channel, I cover how tech can make you more productive, so if you're new here, hit that subscribe button.
Let's do this.
So how often do you think you and I talk about smart home and home automations on a day-to-day basis?
Every single day.
Too much? Not enough.
That's a dangerous question.
All right, so I asked you a few questions like, what are some things that you'd love to see automated, or what's something you wish smart home devices could do or just do better? And you came up with a bunch of ideas. Are you ready to go through them?
Sure.
All right, so idea number one, what would it be?
So I've been thinking I'd like to have some kind of string lights in the backyard. It's been getting really dark now, especially with fall, and it would be nice when we have folks over.
Yeah, that one is very doable. So we've got the string lights on the porch. Mm-hmm. I could probably put like a pole I can picture in the backyard in a discreet way. And we could do some like zigzag string lights across the backyard.
Yeah, I don't know about the pole situation, but I do like the idea of zigzagging, especially with all the trees that we have in the backyard.
Do you want like colored lights or just white?
I think I would prefer just white.
Okay, so color. Yeah, I think we can figure that out.
Okay.
Okay, what else?
I would like to be able to add an item to our grocery list using voice. Right now, we have a grocery list, a smart grocery list, but it's a little cumbersome to get into. And sometimes when I'm thinking of something I want to add, I just want to be able to do it a little bit quicker.
Okay. Yeah, so we use the to-do list and home assistant, and we both go in there and add anything to the shopping list, so we both know what to get no matter who's going to the grocery store. So adding by voice, that one I need to think about a little more. I know it's possible, but to have it come into home assistant, I think that's a good challenge that I want to take on. So
good to hear.
Let's do that one.
Okay, the next idea is about the oven. So, of course, with an oven, you put in a temperature, and unfortunately with the oven, you don't know if it hits the temperature unless you're near the oven. So I would like to be able to know when the oven reaches the target temperature wherever I am in the house.
So some kind of temperature sensor in the oven that we can connect to our smart home maybe. I've got an idea for this one where I may be able to repurpose like a meat thermometer, but in a smart way that we could get an alert or at least see what the oven temperature is. Maybe even like knowing when water is boiling on a pot as well.
Okay.
So I'm going to try something out there.
I'm interested.
Okay, anything else?
Oh, I have many ideas.
Okay, let's go through them.
So my next idea is about the bathroom fans. When you have the shower running, of course you want the fan running in the bathroom, but you never quite know when to turn the fan off. So is there some way that we can measure, I don't know, like humidity in the bathroom and then just have it automatically turn off the fan when we don't need it anymore?
Because right now we're just using a timer, like you hit 10 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour, and the overhead exhaust fan runs for that amount of time, whether it needs to or not. So
yeah, and most of the time it turns off while I'm in the shower after your shower, and I'm sure we need the fan then too.
Okay, well, yeah, we can use a humidity sensor That's easy. And then it's about converting our overhead exhaust fan into a smart one, potentially through a smart switch, and then having that run based on the readings of a humidity sensor in the bathroom. It could probably figure out, what the right range of change is for when the shower is running to know when to trigger the fan and when to turn it off. So that's another project that I'd be keen to take on.
Okay.
All right, what else?
Next is opening our smart locks with either, Apple phone or Apple Watch. Because right now we have smart locks, they're great, but sometimes it's just easier to use your iPhone or your watch to unlock.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of different smart locks, but the main ones, you have to either enter the PIN code or as an automation on the door we use the most, that if you are away and you come home, it should auto unlock. But if that doesn't happen, or if there's some other circumstance, the ability to just kind of hold up your phone or hold up your watch could be done. If we have a lock that supports Apple HomeKey, we don't right now. We've got a bunch of smart locks. None of them support Apple HomeKey. If this is licensed to go get a new smart lock, I'm cool with that. But yeah, the lock has to support Apple HomeKey, and then you can just hold up your watch or hold up your phone without unlocking your phone or watch, and the door will just unlock as well.
Okay.
So that's how we could potentially do that. Or what we also have the option of is an NFC tag by the door where you could scan the NFC tag to open that lock. Not quite maybe as fast or seamless as Apple HomeKey, but another way that you could implement that if you didn't have an Apple HomeKey supported smart lock.
Okay. Give me a budget. Let's see what's in the budget.
Okay, will do. I'll aim high.
Okay, next idea. A robot vacuum.
Okay.
That actually vacuums.
Yeah, so the current vacuums aren't quite cutting it.
Yeah, they are fun. The kids love them. But when they go back to their little homes, the kitchen is still messy.
When the kids go back to their homes or when the vacuums go back to their homes?
When the vacuums go back to their homes.
Yeah, we've got a couple of robot vacuums, and I will say it's pretty hit and miss.
Yeah,
we eat at the kitchen counter, and when the kids eat there, they turn the floor into a total mess. And the vacuums have a hard time running right up against like the edge of the counter.
Right.
Things kind of build up there. But even beyond that, they kind of their brushes will just whip the food kind of across the crumbs across the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this one, potentially going back to the budget.
Oh, no.
There are much more higher end ones.
I was afraid you'd say that.
That may be more effective at cleaning. I know a lot of folks who have had really good experience with Roborock vacuums, for example, among others, and they integrate well with Home Assistant. If we're talking a cool like $1,800, I think we can solve this problem.
Oh my. Okay. Write it up.
Okay, I'll write up a proposal. But yeah, I think we would benefit from a vacuum that consistently actually cleaned when it went out. Right. Okay, other ideas?
Yes. So, speaking of things that don't work so well.
Oh, no.
I think we've noticed that you are at least a foot taller than I am. And as a result of being a very petite person, the sensors in some of the rooms don't always sense me, such that lights often turn off, even when I'm still in the room. Sometimes even when I'm still moving in the room. And I love to not have the lights turn off on me.
Yeah, this is interesting because whenever I set up a new automation, I try to make sure I test it out in all different scenarios to ensure it will work as intended. And then you will basically replicate the same thing I did,
Right.
but it may not work the same way for you. I don't know if it's because you're shorter and it's just not seeing you, or your legs aren't as long if you're sitting down or something. So maybe if you want to just wear like a cowboy hat
Right.
for some more height or something, that might...
I mean, it is really fun every time the lights turn out to like do a silly dance to get the sensors to turn back on, but
Yeah, I think this is where you're probably kind of never fully done fine-tuning, your home automations and your smart home. Obviously, you don't want to tinker with the same automation forever, but there's always that exercise of kind of iterating on either sensitivity of sensors or the placement of a sensor, or do you actually need multiple sensors in a given space to achieve what you want, depending upon how large that area is you want to cover, or vertical height differences between different family members. But yeah, obviously it's frustrating if a light turns off on you when you're in a room, and don't want that to happen.
Right.
Okay.
Next idea.
Okay. I'm a little scared now, but...
So this one is about our laundry.
Okay.
Our washer and dryer are located in the basement. And sometimes when we're about to leave the home, you want to get the next load in the dryer or out of the dryer. I'd love to know on my phone how many minutes are left on the washer or dryer cycle without having to come all the way to the basement.
Yeah, I guess two things there. One, we've already automated the laundry to a degree. So when the washing machine or the dryer complete their cycle, we get an alert on our phones saying they're done. There's an announcement on the Sonos or Echo device in the house saying, hey, the washing machine's done, the dryer is done. But having it actually tell you, like, how many minutes are left on the cycle, or being able to open up our Home Assistant dashboard and see how much time was left, that one in this moment, I don't know how to do, because it would probably require some kind of like hacking of the washer or dryer machine itself.
Okay.
But even if I could do that, something about these machines, like, they will give a time estimate. And that time estimate is accurate for like the first 3 quarters. And those last like 7 minutes can take like 20 minutes sometimes.
That's true.
I don't know what that is with these
true.
appliances. It'll say a few minutes left, and you just wait and wait and wait. So I don't know how we haven't, as like a species, figured that timer out yet.
Still cracking that code. Yeah.
So I'll think about it.
All right. Next idea, based on the fact that you and I have very different lighting preferences, mostly at night when it's time to read. So you have a nightstand on your side of the bed, I have one on mine, and currently every night when I sit down to read, I have to go into Home Assistant and change the lighting on my side because it's not bright enough for me. So, is there a way where at a certain time of night, the light is always the way that I want it? Or maybe there's some like voice command I can say to always change it to the setting I like.
So I think the solution here is get a Kindle Paperwhite like I have. So when you're reading, it's already lit.
Well, it sounds like that's not in the budget. So
that's a lot more affordable than probably some other things we've discussed here. But yeah, this one is easily solvable. We use adaptive lighting in our home, so the brightness and the color temperature of our lights automatically adjust based upon the sun's position in the sky. So in the evening, the brightness, kind of dims, and the lights get warmer, a little more amber in color, which I love more than almost anything. But I could easily configure adaptive lighting by the specific, not just room, but light in the house. So I could have your nightstand light not dim as much as mine does. I think the imbalance of those two nightstand lights would drive me insane. But yes, I can do that, and I think I can do it for you.
Thanks.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes. Next idea is that I want some kind of like widget or something on my iPhone screen so that I can get to commands I use in Home Assistant really easily. Like unlocking the door, unlocking the garage door, like some things I do all the time. And it just takes me a lot to unlock my phone and then go into Home Assistant and find the right button.
I was nice to hear you say widget. I don't think I've heard you say widget before.
Well, I think
so
I learned it from you. Yeah.
And 2, yes, this one is easily addressable. We both use iPhone, and you can customize the home screen of your iPhone to add widgets, either from the Apple Home app or elsewhere. And with iOS 18, you have a lot more control over the control center. We can fully customize that and add different widgets there as well to control different smart home devices. So I can hook you up with this, whatever widgets, whatever things you want to control. I've been using a widget on my iPhone home screen to open and close our garage door. We have a detached garage, so we walk outside to it, and I just, click that on the home screen of my phone. It's such a convenient way. Honestly, it's more convenient often than pressing the physical button. On the remote, we keep in a drawer somewhere in the house. So that one I can do.
All right. Sounds great.
You got more still?
I think I'll leave it at that for now.
Okay. Let us know if you want to do part 2, I guess, of the wish list series. Let us know in the comments what's on your smart home tech wish list or those that you live with. Ashley and I previously gave a 1 to a 5-star rating for the smart home gadgets in our home. I'll leave a link to that video if you want to check it out. If you're interested in supporting this channel, consider becoming a member using the links in the description. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for tech reviews and tutorials that help you become more productive. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. What would be on Ashley's smart home wish list? Well, in this video...
You're gonna find out. I'm sorry, it just takes so much momentum to come that far.
Okay, do you want to try once more?
Yeah.